Hey, what's up interwebs? I'm that toy guy, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the Bionicle G1 2001 Toa Mata. So here they all are, and yes, I found Tahu. And my camera is choosing to focus on that mask for some reason. But oh well. So yeah, here they all are. Here's all 6 of them. And before I get into the actual figures, let's take a look at their canisters, because I have all 6 canisters. And I bought these guys off a website in Canada called Kijiji. And what I did was I went on there and I found a box of 6, which was basically all 6 of these guys, for $45, which is a good deal considering each one of these goes for about 20 bucks now, open. So I bought it, drove to Orangeville, picked them up. When I got there, the lady handed me the box, then handed me 2 massive garbage bags full of more Bionicles. So I ended up making an $816 profit, which is amazing. Which, like, yeah, that's just pretty cool. But anyway, here's first canister I pulled out, which is Chewbacca's, just to show off. They look like they do in the story. And speaking of this, well, this one's got a massive gash on here. But speaking of the story, there's the story. So you have so it starts here. You got the canisters floating in water. You have them coming to shore and bursting open. Then you have the Bionicle bits being dumped out. You have them building themselves. Then it shows off the gimmicks, and you're back to normal. And over here, it shows off the mask, the can code, and the mask code. It comes with a poster, the figure, and you twist up here, and it'll show you the other Bionicle mural pieces. Which was basically a cheaper way for them to make one canister and just make a different cover for each one of them. But there you have the product shot, which the toy cannot do. Bionicle's famous for doing that. Tells you all the stuff on the side, how many pieces, the number 8536, the name. They used to be a subline of the Technic series. Then they became their own thing. You got the age, and you got the lid up top with the face under it, or on it. Open up the canister, and inside you get the manual and the poster. So yeah, that's Chewbacca's canister. Here's Onua's canister. There's his product shot, and there's his number. There's Pohatu's canister. There's his product shot. There's his number. Leiwa's canister, product shot, number. Tahu's canister, his product shot, and his number. And last but certainly not least, Golly's product shot, Golly's number. I literally just have a box sitting here with the canisters in it. It's kind of funny. So, onto the Toa. And let's just start with the most recognizable of the Toa, who just fell over. So here is Tahu. And the reason why I'm looking at all of these at once is because they're what we call clone sets. To any non-Bionicle fans out there, a clone set is basically a set with the same exact build. For example, Leiwa and Chewbacca are the exact same build. Like, the exact same, with just this being swapped out and the mask. But they are the exact same. Well, I mean, and this guy's shoulder here, but yeah, they're the exact same build. Tahu and Golly, again, exact same build. The only ones that kind of break from the build are Pohatu and Onua, him being the hunchback and have the claws, and him just being blatantly upside down. But yeah, getting Tahu over here. Build-wise, for back in 2001, they're a pretty good build. This kind of started the trend of buildable action figures for Lego. And then soon to follow Mega Bloks and Creo and all that other stuff that's just not as good as this. Bionicle was my favorite line, my favorite subline from Lego back in the day, and it still is now. I only collect Bionicle sets with the occasional Lego Star Wars set, because Lego is a lot more expensive now, I mean, these guys were, what, $6 a canister? Whereas nowadays the 2015, 16, and 17, well, not 17, the 2016 Toa are, here in Canada, $25 to buy a Uniter. Like Uniter Tahu, Uniter Onua, or Umarak the Hunter. And for the Umarak the Destroyer, it's about $30. For the, what is it, Maskmaker versus Skull Grinder set, that costs $45 here in Canada. So, I know in the States it's a lot cheaper, so buy them in the States, or get them shipped here, blah blah blah. But yeah, each one of them comes with a specific weapon here. And originally, these guys, a little bit of backstory on Bionicle, they were going to be called something Voodoo Heads. And that would have been weird. That would have been weird. Honestly, I like the choice of Bionicle. It's a mixture of biological and chronicle. They just melded those words together. And the original names for the Voodoo Head figures were going to be Hook, Shield, Claw, Kick, Axe, and Flame. Which you can see carried over to these guys' weapons. Flame, Hook, Shield, Axe, Claw, and Kick. Painful Hatu. So yeah, they do, each color represents their elemental powers: fire, air, earth, stone, water, and ice. And yeah, you have the Joker, the wise one, the nice guy, the lonely guy, the female. I don't think she had a personality other than being the female. Maybe she was the smart one. And the hothead. And character-wise, my favorite character of the bunch, there are two. Probably have to be Onu and Gali. I like those two the best, character-wise. Set-wise, though, I probably like Tahu, because he was my first ever Toa when I was a kid. My original Tahu is sitting downstairs. This is the one I got in the box. And yeah, now you may notice that I'm able to turn his head. Now, on a normal Toa figure, you cannot turn their heads. They are stationary. They are on an axle, so they cannot turn. This one, however, I took a piece of flex tube, which is the tube that you get in, say, Lego pod racing sets. It's like that little long black, sometimes yellow or gray tube. You get them a lot in Technic sets. But what I did was I took the axle piece and a bit of flex tube. I held them side by side. I cut the flex tube. And then I put it there, in the joint. So now he can turn his head, and he can look up and down and tilt his head, which is awesome. But getting back to the actual build, their head would be stationary. They have ball jointed shoulders. The shoulders are also on a gear function. That was the play feature back then. It was basically you trying to knock the masks off other players. So basically what we have to try and do is hit the mask at the top, and it'll just fall off. And then they lose their powers. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Mask-wise for these guys, oh wait, there's ball joints in the hips and ball joints in the ankles. So not the most articulated things in the world, but they're old. I mean, they're like this. Not the most articulated thing in the world, because it's old. Nowadays we have these. Very articulated for the same price. So yeah, these guys are cool. Now their masks have different powers. Like each one of them has the same face. Yes, I know his eyes are different. That's because I like the yellow. But yeah, they have the same face underneath. Their masks are the only things that are different. You have the mask of X-ray vision, the mask of water breathing, the mask of shielding, the mask of speed, mask of strength, I think? I forget what this mask is exactly. And the mask of... I forget what the Miru does. Oh my god, what is it? I think it's the mask of flight. No, it's not. God, I forget what the Miru does. If anyone can just remind me what the Miru does, just put it in the comments down below. And this guy. But yeah, these guys are cool. Now, each one of them either comes with a weapon and an accessory, or a weapon and a hand. Or in Onua's case, just both hands. So for Tahu, you got his flame sword, which is really nice. Then you have the two-fingered hand that also looks like a laser gun. But yeah, they basically just clip in, and they can unclip and rotate around. on the ball joints. Kopaka comes with a really nice looking sword and a shield that will stop nothing because it's full of holes. I honestly don't know what LEGO was thinking when they gave him that shield. You have Golly with her 2 hooks, which are very nicely detailed. You have Lewa with his axe and his really heavily looking like a laser gun hand. You have Onua with both his claws. Right there, they look nice. Then you have Pohatu, who has no handheld weapons, but he comes with a rock, which is just 2 pieces. So yeah, they each come with an accessory. Now, these figures also suffer from floppy joints. And what I mean by floppy joints are, for example, Lewa. I'll just move the camera up just for this segment here. Look at that. And the same thing on this side. If I can get it started. Oh. I added some friction to these joints so that they would, there we go. See that? Now this is fixable by just taking this gear assembly and squeezing it as tight as you can, and that causes friction, so you can do that. But this arm is just non-remediable unless you want to stick a blue pin in there. But yeah, his gear function is basically swinging his axe. You saw his gear function. His gear function is the same thing. Her gear function is moves both her arms. Onua's gear function, which is, I think, the best, moves both his claws so he can dig. But then Pohatu's is the most unique, where you'd probably go, oh, wait, where's the gear? Where is the gear? Well, it's sticking off his butt. There. And what it does is it allows him to kick. Hence the name Kick. That's where that came from. So that's, no, forget it. That's where the boulder comes into play. Where you can take these broken. You can take the boulder and kick it, and it'll go flying across the desk. So yeah, overall these figures are awesome looking. They can combine. We'll split them up into their combination groups. Oh, that noise! So yeah, these 3 combine into Wairua, and these 3 combine into Akmu. No, not Akmu. God, I haven't read up on Bionicle in such a long time because we've been getting so many of these lately. And I haven't bought a Bionicle in such a long time because they're so expensive here. But I forget what they combine into. But yeah, these guys are Wairua. And they're very tall and very gappy combination models that look ridiculous. But yeah. Now, just taking a quick look at Pohatu here. He stretches out a lot from the norm due to his stature. His feet have extra support on them for when he kicks things. And he has Technic pins just glaring out right there. So does Golly. She has Technic pins just glaring out of her hips. I don't understand why they did that. I don't understand the design reason as to why they did that, but they did that. Now, piston count on each one of these, because they're Bionicles, they're supposed to be robots, and robots have pistons, apparently. So, he has, Tahu has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 pistons on Tahu. And you can click things onto the pistons, that's why I'm pointing them out. On Pohatu, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 pistons. So 15, 16. Onua, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 pistons on this guy. On Lewa, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 pistons. Kopaka, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 pistons. So there's 16 pistons there. And on Gali, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 pistons as well. Now these are one piston, because they're going through here. So yeah, the guy with the most pistons is Onua. And set-wise, he's one of the coolest. But yeah. So just quickly to compare the Mata against some... We already saw them compared against some Transformers, but compared against their new Bionicle counterparts, how do they stack up? Well, here is Tahu Mata, and here's Tahu Master from 2015 when they rebooted the series. As you can see, there are a lot of differences, especially in the height. These things are bigger than Voyagers. Just bring a Voyager and put it back here. They're bigger than Voyagers. But yeah, they this Tahu does get a lot of cues from this one, like the red. They're going back to the Mata red. They have black. There's also black in this figure as well. He has the masks, the mask pop-off gimmick. You hit this and it falls off the table, whereas you hit the back of the eye stalk on this one and it'll also fall off. And each one of their How masks, because they're called the How, this is the exclusive version, look very similar. Just get it to focus here. There you go. You got the vents on the side, the open gaping mouth, the angry looking eyebrows, and the crest at the top with the vent at the top, and the swoopy nature of the mask. So yeah, Tahu's mask, Onua's mask, Kopaka's mask, and Pohatu's masks are very reminiscent of their, well, I guess now I can say G1 counterparts. Leiwa and Gali don't look similar mask-wise, which is kind of strange, but oh well. But yeah, overall, these sets are an amazing group of sets. I highly recommend you get them. If you're a Bionicle completionist, like I'd like to be, you need these sets. If you're a Bionicle guy who just wants to collect because they're cool, then I'd also say get these sets. They're pretty cool, and I mean, if you want to take a set somewhere to show off, I'd take these because they're pretty small and compact. So yeah, that has been my look at the LEGO Bionicle 2001 G1 Toa Mata, and I'm that toy guy, and stay tuned for my next video.